I didn't think I would ever have to make a video talking about TikTok. Well, I think I have, but I forgot what it was when I was talking about it. But this one I definitely had to address and discuss, because this one actually makes me proud of the black users who use TikTok, especially the ones who've gone viral, for putting their creativity on that particular platform. So if you didn't hear recently, I can't really recall how recent, but it was recent. A group of black TikTokers pretty much came together and said that we are going to go on strike because we are tired of these other groups of people taking our creative property, using it, and us not getting any credit for it. And we know who the others are. And I can honestly say that it's working because they literally stuck to their guns. They came together, and the strike is still ongoing as far as I know. And it should have happened a lot sooner, but better late than never. Now, I will say this. Two of my favorite types of TikTok videos that I saw during quarantine last year. Well, it was actually one of them. The other one I'll say it was interesting. But my favorite one was the Don't Rush Challenge. If y'all don't know what the Don't Rush Challenge was, it was basically like people would show up on screen looking like as natural as possible. Probably if it was the ladies, they didn't have no makeup on. They may have had a bonnet on. They were inside their home. And then all of a sudden they would stick the little makeup brush in the camera, and when they would pull it away from the screen, they would be all made up like they were about to go out on a date or maybe go to some kind of an event. I liked that challenge. And then when they were done, they would toss the makeup brush to the next girl, and she would do the same thing. They had one for the guys as well. And when it came to the guy, instead of sticking the makeup brush in the screen, he would stick like maybe a brush, like a beard brush or a hair brush into the screen. And then when he would come back from the screen, he would have like a suit on or something like that. I really loved that. That's like one of my favorite TikTok compilation style of videos that black people came up with. And as a matter of fact, I think they said the song that was used in the video is an old song that got popularized all over again because of that challenge. So it kind of worked two things. It made a very interesting and creative challenge, and it actually helped propel a song that was not really in rotation anymore get more views and clicks. Now, the other challenge that black people did with TikTok was the silhouette challenge. I think many of us are familiar with that challenge. It's basically they play this song. It sounds like an old song, and the person is standing in a doorway. They have like regular clothes on, and all of a sudden the beat changes, and then it turns into a red background, and the person is showing like a silhouette of themselves doing like a sexy pose or like some kind of movement. Some took it a step further and did some other things, but we ain't gonna get into all of that. Y'all pretty much get the gist of it. So those, I think, were like some of the two most popular ones that I saw last year. There were some others, but those are the ones that really stuck out to me. And that's what black people did when it came to TikTok. And of course, you had the others come in and they tried to copy that and everything like that. But then you had a lot of TikTokers or black people on TikTok who were doing dances and stuff. And some of them were getting so popular that they were getting the attention of celebrities to, maybe want to use in their videos or maybe choreograph something for them. Most recently, I think one of them was Megan Thee Stallion. And now, black people saying, you know what? We're blowing up off of this, but we want to maintain what's ours. And we're not getting credit for it. But they're allowing the white people on TikTok to get credit for doing the same thing that we're doing. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to stop doing these dances for TikTok, and we're going to go on strike until we get the credit we feel that we deserve. And you know what? I applaud you. I salute you. Because I've seen that now some of them others over there are struggling. They don't know what to do because a lot of them aren't creating really much of anything that black people have already done. All they do is piggyback off of what black people are doing. And then some of the stuff that they copy, it looks amateurish. So I'm not even mad. It kind of reminds me of how the bus boycott was back in the 60s. Now we just have to see how long this is actually going to last. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this article, and it's called "Many Black TikTok Creators Are on Strike from the Platform. Here are voices from the boycott." TikTok's For You page isn't for everyone, as black content creators know all too well. These individuals' homepages on the social media platform promote videos for users and can therefore turn content creators into viral sensations and sometimes millionaires. But those users are not spotlighted by its algorithms and can struggle to get credit for the dances and other content like the site popularizes, even those that take off. So basically, it sounds like it's a trending page or a popular page like how YouTube is. I've already come to grips that I would never get onto the trending page or the explore page on YouTube because of the type of content that I make. And honestly, I don't think a lot of others would make that type of content that I talk about anyway, because, you know, it's geared towards a certain audience. So basically, they're going through the same thing here. Like, they make these viral videos and everything like that of them dancing and doing all these creative things, but they don't end up on those pages. But when a white person does it and they do just an ounce of what the black person did, they end up on the page because clearly we already know they're quote unquote aesthetically pleasing. A black person is not aesthetically pleasing, even though they are the ones that made the dance or whatever it is that they created popular. Because like I said, black people are the trendsetters of the world. I will stand firmly on that to the day I die. We just are. Everything we touch turns into gold, damn near platinum at this point. And that is a fact. And I dare someone to try to debate me on that. After much public criticism, sorry about that. Let me start that part over. After much public criticism from black influencers, TikTok apologized in June 2020 and pledged to foster an inclusive environment on our platform. More than a year later, many black content creators are still waiting for that welcoming environment. It ain't happening. That was just a bunch of BS that they put out there. And at that point, that's when the strike should have started. Some went on strike last month to call attention to how black creators' content is often replicated by white influencers without mention of the original choreographer. You know what this also reminds me of? Remember the movie Bring It On? Basically, you know, at the time when that movie came out, as young kids, we would not have noticed the symbolism of that film, but that movie is really nothing more than cultural appropriation. And when I think about what I just read right here, it reminds me so much of that movie. I feel like if I said if you haven't watched that movie right now, then go ahead and check it out. But something tells me many of you have already seen it. And of course, you've already picked up on what I'm throwing down. The controversy flared in the spring when the white influencer Addison Rae performed several viral TikTok dances on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, without crediting their originators, most of whom are black. After an outcry, the show invited the dances creators to perform. And here's the thing. Like, they allowed a white woman to go on there, or a white girl, white chick, whoever, to go on there and perform these dances. She didn't give credit, and it took the black people to be outraged for them to get on the show. And see, that there lies in the problem right there. She did not give them, she had no intent of giving them credit either. Some of the strikers were also motivated by account suspensions they considered unfair in a practice known as shadow banning, which hides but does not delete videos from users ostensibly for content that runs afoul on TikTok policies such as prohibiting profanity. Listen, welcome to the club. I know about shadow banning all too well. Asked about the strike and its content moderation practices, a TikTok spokesperson told me this week, "We care deeply about the experience of black creators on our platform, instilling a culture where crediting creators is the norm and fostering a safe and supportive community environment. I spoke with several black creators from their about their experiences on the platform and how they like it to change." So I'm going to go ahead and read what some of the people said. It says, "Why are you and other black content creators on strike?" And this is coming from someone named Theo Wisse. He says, "I think the whole purpose of the strike was just to bring light to the fact that black culture was just being stolen and being carried away by all these other people and not being credited." Noah Webster said, hold on, let me make sure I'm reading everything correctly. Okay. Noah Webster says, "Social media apps are meant to be curated for your liking, so you stay on the app longer, so you're always seeing something that you like. But the problem is if somebody is only shown white creators doing black people's dance moves, and they're never shown the people who created the dance, then they're the people who created then they're not even going to know about those black creators. So that's where I feel the problem arises. It's not the public's fault because they don't know better, but at the same time, it's like you got to stop hyping these folks up if they're not really doing nothing. The next question was, what has the impact of the strike been so far? Someone said TikTok has been pretty boring so far, so I think that it's working. Someone else says, since the strike started, coincidentally, I haven't seen too many video challenges, so that kind of says something in itself right there. The next question reads, how would you describe the dances you've seen in your absence? Someone replied, it was actually intriguing to watch because I was like, wow, you guys really need our help. It's like, oh wow, this is why y'all need to give credit when it's due. Because they're just taking our spice or that magic that we have, they're just taking it as their own. The next question reads, how do you come up with the dances and challenges? How much effort goes into making content? They said, well, first of all, we don't steal content. So everything that we come up and create is from the heart. It's from our original thought. We don't try to copy a lot of trends or ride the wave. We just try to make our own little trends. Again, why I say black people are the trendsetters of the world. They say we don't have to copy anybody else. We just create. That's just something that as a collective of black people, we are just naturally creative. It's like we were born to be artistic in no matter how it may be. But for the most part, a lot of black people have a hustle gene, which was pretty much embedded in us, whether involuntarily or involuntarily. A lot of others, we're just going to say others, don't have that, which is why they have to copy. What message would you have if you could talk to some of the white content creators who have co-opted the black dances or black culture? They said, I just recently saw this white creator. He pretty much famous for stealing content. And he was like, bro, it's just TikTok. Like, if you get mad over TikTok, blah, 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 it's just content or whatever. And I'm really sitting here like thinking this man is probably getting millions for the content he stole, while the person who made it is getting like $5 from the TikTok creator fund and no recognition, which is real messed up. So I just think they should be ashamed of themselves. And it says, there's also issues with TikTok banning profiles. My video will get deleted immediately if I say certain words. TikTok actually deleted my account twice in like 2 months, and I really don't know why each time they deleted it. They gave it back both times, but it's just still the fact that they deleted it. It really hurts because, as you can just hear, how much time, sweat, and energy, passion I put into my work, and then one day you just scroll on your TikTok and it says your TikTok has been banned. It really hurts because I've really worked hard, and then even seeing all those other black content creators accounts get taken down is like, wow, they keep doing the same repeated process. As I'm reading this right here, it's making me feel even more for them, because especially the part where they're talking about the shadow banning and the deleting of the accounts, because I can relate to that being on YouTube. I can relate to that heavily. Now, I can say that I don't think any others are stealing my content or anything like that. And if they are trying to take it, they're probably using it to try to pick apart whatever it is that I said. But as far as the shadow banning and, the removal of accounts, I know that all too well. I'm so familiar with that notion. So I definitely feel their pain. So it's almost like we have a little bit of a connection on that front. The next question reads, do you feel like when people are now doing the up dance or any other challenges that you are getting more credit? This is, I feel like after the Addison Rae situation, I think I'm getting a lot of credit because people realize who created the dance. So me and my friend Chris Cotter, who co-created the dance, are definitely getting a lot more credit. Different people reaching out. So it's been a blessed opportunity for the both of us. Artists like Roddy Ricch and K-Camp are on mainstream media because their songs or sounds were featured in viral dances. Similarly, major artists like Megan Thee Stallion are seemingly writing songs and lyrics that are designed for these viral dances. So what does that tell you about your power as a content creator? Honestly, that just shows me that I can still accomplish my dreams that I have for myself. Because even though I do social media and I'm considered an influencer, one of my biggest passions is still music. And to see all these influencers can go up there and make a viral hit, and really the entire world is following their song and doing their dance, that's just awesome to me. What have you learned from the strike? Learned through the strike? What are lessons learned from others? If you're a black person on TikTok, it's harder for you. So if that demotivates you at all, I just want to tell you that to tell those people to keep going. It's always good to reach out to the people who actually made those dances. A lot of the black creators don't ever get the credit they deserve. One thing I have learned is that our voice is strong and that we are being heard because we are extremely valuable in this equation. We are pretty much the ones coming up with the content, coming up with the trends that are making these apps and these other people so popular. So I think that we just need to be shown a little bit more respect moving forward in this game, because it just goes to show how easily we can shut this all down if we need to. Is there anything that you think we should know about all of the work that you're doing, or what your experience has been as a TikTok creator? Doing what I do is really fun for me, so I just hope that TikTok finds the issue, what's going on, and realizes what they're doing. People work really hard. Like a lot of people, that's their job. People just make money off of this stuff, and that's how they get opportunities. But we can't get those opportunities or get those achievements and goals that we are wanting if we keep getting those pages taken down or not getting the credit we deserve. So that's the entire article. I'm glad that the person who wrote this actually interviewed some of the TikTokers. So if it sounded like I was reading a question and giving a response, that's basically the interview portion that I was reading. But I definitely commend them for going on a strike. Apparently, it's definitely working. So it just shows you right there that boycotts actually do work when you actually come together for a single cause. And this is what the outcome actually is. So like I said, if there's something that you feel that you're being discriminated against, don't get mad at the platform. Just come together and walk away from the platform until they get their ish together. And if not, just stay away from it and maybe find another outlet that you can use to express your talents. Unfortunately, that still won't stop the others from coming over there and taking the stuff from over there too. But like I said, it goes back to us just being natural trendsetters of the world. And, you know, everything we do it becomes trendy or popular that everybody wants to touch it, but they want to take at the same time. It's one thing that if you want to do it and you give credit, which you should do, and that point, it would not be a problem. But like they said with this Addison Rae, they said she got up on Jimmy Fallon. She went on Jimmy Fallon, a well-known late night talk show host and show that is seen by millions of people around America. And she got up there and did the dance, and she didn't even have the decency to, one, say, hey, let me go ahead and invite the people that created the dance to do the dance with me. That would have been the best thing she could have did. The least thing she could have did was give credit to who created the dance. She did neither. And it took the people who created it to actually push back and say something. Like that was an opportunity that was taken away from them. Because at that point, she wasn't thinking about them. She was only thinking of herself. But like I said, this is a historical thing. This is not something new. It's new in the age of technology because of the era that we're in. But the practice of it is still very, very old. It has been passed down from generation to generation. And speaking of generation, that's how a lot of black people did not have or could not create generational wealth, because their property was stolen. The opportunity to create generational wealth for their family was taken from people like this. So I'm glad that they first off, this was one of the most on code things that they could have done. Like I said, I wish they could have started a little bit sooner, but I think, you know, it is what it is. But look at how much happened in a month. They just started this strike back in June. It's very recent. It's not something they started months ago. They started this back in June, and already the others are feeling the burn. So keep it going. As far as I'm concerned, until they do right by you, you keep it moving and you keep it going. And even then, I would still keep it. I would still be worried of getting back on the platform, because think about what happened last year. They said that they were going to do this and they were going to do that, and they didn't do this or that. They just let it continue to fester, because they only put out that BS statement because they wanted you to stay on the platform. They know that you bring eyes. They know that you bring views. But as long as they don't have to give you credit, that's the icing on the cake with the cherry on top. But now, black people said, nope, we are not giving you any more of our content or any more of our creative property until you handle this situation. Until we get the credit we feel we deserve, or we know that we deserve, you're not getting anything else out of us. And if you're upset about that, you'll just have to be mad. And at that point, I can't even be upset. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I applaud them for doing this. And let this be a lesson to all the other black people out there. If you feel that someone or something is not doing right by you, or they're not paying you or compensating you or giving you credit, or just disrespecting you blatantly or non-blatantly, boycott them. And this was not an easy thing probably for them to do, because I know they love doing these TikTok videos. Because I know, like for me, I like doing these YouTube videos. It's almost like it gives you a rush. Like, I'm actually enjoying doing this video right now because I can relate to some of the stuff that they're going through. The shadow banning, the removal of accounts, the strikes. Listen, I can relate. I know I've been there, done that. And it could be a thing where I don't even want to jinx myself, so I'm not even going to go there. So I definitely feel their pain in that aspect.